Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Mr. Jigger in Japan. We'll be talking about one of the most crucial requirements in order for us to be accepted in the JET program. Ito ay ang ating statement of purpose. And of course, before we proceed, I just would like to thank and give a huge shout out to all of our subscribers here on YouTube. Thank you so much for all of your love and support. And of course, kung hindi ka pa po nakasubscribe sa ating channel, please feel free to subscribe. And syempre, hit mo na din notification bell para updated ka sa lahat ng mga uploads po natin dito sa ating YouTube channel. And so, here we go. Let's talk about our statement of purpose. Bakit ito ay napaka-importante? Honestly, your SOP could make or break you. SOP mo ang isa sa pinakaunang dokumento na magpapakilala sa iyo sa screening committee. So, make it a point na yung SOP mo ay magsa-stand out. It's very important to note na bago ka gumawa ng iyong SOP, dapat binasa mo po muna yung ating application guidelines. Again, medyo mahaba po yung application guidelines, 16 pages po ito. And do not ever let yourself na meron kang isang word na hindi naiintindihan dun sa application guidelines. So, kung tinatamad po tayong basahin yung application guidelines, maybe ang JET program ay hindi po para sa atin. Why? Kasi ang JET program po, ang pinaka-importanting quality na meron ka dapat is your ability to comprehend para makapasok ka po sa JET program. Hindi po natin yan maiintindihan sa isang basahan lang. Kung kinakailangan nating paulit-ulit na basahin yung application guidelines, gawin po natin kung talagang gusto nating makapasok as an ALT under the JET program. And today, I am going to share with you yung personal na ginawa ko during the application process, and also I'm going to give some tips in order for you to strengthen your statement of purpose and increase your chance of getting hired. As a former DepEd teacher, isa sa pinakauna kong ginagawa kapag halimbawa may mga competition kami in campus or outside campus, inilalatag ko ng mabuti yung mga guidelines o yung mga mechanics. Tapos iniintindi ko bawat isang salita na nakapaloob doon so that alam namin kung anong gagawin. It's like saying in order for us to win the game, you should know how the game works. So my first advice for you guys is to read the guidelines. Read the guidelines meticulously. Tapos kapag binasa mo na yung guidelines, dapat ilista mo yung mga magic words doon. And itong mga magic words na to, dapat nakapaloob ito sa iyong statement of purpose. So kailangan ba kinapy mo as is yung mga magic words or yung mga keywords na ito? No, not necessarily. Pwedeng gamitin mo itong mga words na to, depende, or pwede rin namang gamitin mo yung sarili mong version or yung sarili mong language to make it more you. Ngayon, kung nag-a-apply ka sa isang program, hindi mo lang dapat naiintindihan kung ano yung roles and duties nito. Dapat alam mo din, ano ba kasi yung pinaka-purpose ng program na ito? Ano ba kasi yung pinaka-goal ng JET program? At mababasa mo yan sa application guideline. Ayan o, nakalagay dito guys. The Japan Exchange and Teaching Program seeks to enhance internationalization in Japan by promoting mutual understanding between the people of Japan and those of other nations. Kasama na dyan ang Pilipinas. So, anong mga magic words natin doon? Internationalization at mutual understanding between nations. Now, tatanungin mo yung sarili mo. What are the skills and characteristics that you have? What are the experience that you have that would help the JET program in achieving their goal? Or in realizing their main purpose, which is to promote internationalization and mutual understanding. Ano ba yung meron ka na mga skills? Ano ba yung mga characteristics na meron ka? Ano ba yung experience na meron ka? Those should be evident in your statement of purpose. It's like sinasabi ng JET, ito yung pinaka-goal ng JET program, internationalization at saka mutual understanding between nations. So, bakit ikaw ang kukunin ko? Ano bang meron sa'yo? Ano bang alam mo sa internationalization? Ano bang karanasan mo dito? It's like that. Ito pa, importanteng malaman ninyo, yung sinabi dito, the JET program aims to enhance foreign language education and promote international exchange. So, doon na papasok yung role ng isang ALT or assistant language teacher. Now that you already know what's the main goal of the JET program, it's likewise imperative for us to know the main duties of an assistant language teacher. Hindi pwedeng mag-a-apply ka sa isang posisyon na hindi mo alam yung mga duties na naghahaantay sa'yo. It is important to note that participants could be mainly deployed sa mga Board of Education, junior high school, elementary, senior high school, and that you are going to carry out duties under the guidance of language teachers or Japanese teachers of English or Japanese foreign language teacher. Though disclaimer lang po, yung mga roles and duties ng ALT po ay magkakaiba depende sa contracting organization. But it is important to remember the general roles of an ALT. Ito, tignan natin. Halimbawa dito, nakalagay assistance in foreign language classes. Now, if you have experience po sa foreign language teaching, edi i-mention po natin yan. Para makita na ikaw talaga yung hinahanap ng JET program. Itong number 3, sabi niya, assistance in preparation of materials for teaching a foreign language. If you have trainings, experience about, instructional materials preparation or how to create instructional materials, especially kung nasa edu field ka, dapat i-emphasize natin itong mga to. Cooperation in extracurricular activities and club activities. If you've been active sa club activities, for example, fresh grad ka and you've been active in different extracurricular activities, you could mention that because that's exactly the same role that they are looking for. Now, kung hindi ka fresh grad, ay experienced teacher na and you have handled a lot of different club activities or you've been a club advisor or you are a club advisor right now, then you could highlight these things. Especially kapag sa English yan. Ako, medyo plus points na yung mga yun. You're hitting a lot of birds. For example, I think I mentioned in my statement of purpose that I was the school literacy coordinator. And of course, since it talks about literacy or language, and it talks about club activities, that would, I think, be a good point in my SOP. Kaya yan. So, since tanghali na nga kapatid, ituloy natin habang ako ay maghihiwa ng ampalaya na uulamin namin ngayon. Alright. So, ang ginawa ko personally before is that, di ba yung ALT guidelines, or I mean yung ALT duties, nandyan yan siya. Tapos, ang gagawin ko doon, per bullet, naglilista ako ng mga trainings or ng mga clubs na pwede kong i-relate doon or ng mga involvements ko sa school na pwede kong gamitin to justify that particular role. Bakit? Of course, kasi magiging bottom line lang yan that your wealth of experience, na kung anong meron kang experience o mga skill set, ay fit na fit para ma-fulfill ang duties ng isang ALT. Yun lang naman ang pinaka-bottom line nun eh. Also, ang ginawa ko before was that tinignan ko yung mga may nakalagay doon ng mga additional points kung paano ka magkakaroon ng mga additional points. Like for example, travel abroad. Bakit kasi kailangan ng travel abroad? Siyempre, dyan yung cultural immersion papasok at saka yung ability mo nga to adapt in a different environment. So since ako wala akong travel abroad, ginamit ko na yung statement of purpose ko to justify already that part na wala akong travel abroad but I am very much adaptable. And makikita ninyo doon sa guidelines, nakalagay din yung word na adaptable, yung adaptability natin. Kaya mo bang manirahan sa ibang bansa? Ang mga keywords na makikita mo doon sa guidelines, mentally and physically capable of teaching, living and working in Japan. Nakalagay doon, deep interest in Japan. Ngayon, ang common mistake natin, madalas or marami sa atin, naglalagay doon ng mga sentences like, I want to teach in Japan because I love Japan. You know, just because sinabi mong you love Japan or you have deep interest in Japan, it doesn't mean na na-meet mo na yung specific criterion na yon. You should go beyond that. You should tell your own story. Don't just mention that you love Japan. You should be able to explain it why and how. You should present your story. Wag na wag ninyong gagawin yung ipapagawa ninyo yung SOP ninyo sa iba. Madedetect at madedetect po nila yan, especially kapag tinanong na kayo about your SOP. Lalong-lalo nang huwag kayong gagamit ng AI para lang sa inyong SOP. Kasi I'm very sure that they have means to check that. Now, I would advise na dapat ito ay free from error. Of course, okay lang na may mga konting glitches, grammatical lapses, para naman makita talaga na gawa ito ng tao, na nagawa mo talaga ito. Pero hindi naman yung sobrang full of grammatical errors. What I'm trying to say is that kung meron kayong chance na ipa-proofread yung inyong mga SOPs, ipa-proofread po ninyo. Not to the extent na mababago na yung pinaka isinulat ninyo, okay? If you're truly confident with your English, go mag-apply po kayo. Unahan ko na this is not for those who cannot express themselves in English. But if you truly believe that you can at least express yourself in English and that you can articulate your ideas well, then I suggest you to try, even if you think that you sometimes commit grammatical mistakes, just like me. It's okay. After all, we are not native speakers of the English language. Alright, and now for my 4 tips, ito, number 1, ito, you have to be clear about your motivation. Okay, dito mo na sasagutin, why do you want to teach in Japan at bakit Japan? Bakit sa dinami-dami ng mga bansa na pwede mong pagturuan? Of course, aside sa Pilipinas, bakit Japan? Dito mo na rin siguro i-highlight yung interest mo in Japan. And dapat hindi mo lang siya basta-basta sinasabing na nagagandahan ka sa Japan, you love the beauty of Japan. It should be coming from your own personal story. As long as ma-justify mo lang that you are truly interested in Japan. Siyempre, you could also highlight there your passion for teaching, your passion sa cultural exchange. Number 2, highlight your relevant experience and or your skills. So dito na papasok yung sinasabi ko kanina na laging dapat nakabangga or nakaangkla dun sa duties and responsibilities ng isang ALT. At yun yung mga piliin mo na i-point out or i-highlight dun sa iyong SOP. Bottom line dapat doon, ikaw yung fit na applicant para sa duties ng isang ALT. Number 3, ano ba yung pinaka-purpose mo? Bakit gusto mo maging ALT under the JET program at bakit nga sa Japan? So, dapat, ito yung sinasabi ko kanina, yung purpose mo, nagmi-mirror din dun sa purpose ng JET program. Ano nga ulit yung purpose ng JET program? Internationalization. Ano pa? Cultural exchange. Ano pa? Improvement of foreign language. Dapat itong mga purpose mo ay nami-mirror din yung purpose ng JET program. Number 4, you should be able to write your SOP clearly, concisely, and professionally. Dapat mong tandaan na at least i-try nating ma-achieve na free from error itong ating SOP. Dapat clear ang iyong introduction, ang iyong body, ang iyong conclusion. Dapat cohesive po ito. Iisa yung hinahabing tema. Sabi ko nga, ang pinaka-pinupunto niya, dapat ikaw yung fit na candidate para ma-fulfill ang duties ng isang ALT, paulit-ulit ako, at ang goals ng JET program. Also, napaka-importante sundin yung specifications na ito. Marami pong hindi natatanggap dahil lang sa hindi pagsunod ng specifications na yan. And there you have it guys. Marami pong salamat sa patuloy na pagtangkilik kay Sir JR in Japan. So kung sa palagay po natin, meron tayong napulot na magandang idea. Paki-like and paki-share naman po. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also, follow me on my Facebook page, Sir JR in Japan. Maraming salamat po. Jane, see you soon here in Japan.